Good afternoon, councillors, members of the staff and members of the public. Welcome along. I declare this meeting open. Under announcements, I just want to record my appreciation to the member for Bunbury who has arranged visits by the Premier and 4 other ministers in the past 3 to 4 weeks to Bunbury, which is fantastic. Also, congratulations to Mrs Phyllis Barnes and Mrs Eileen Wen, who were awarded Order of Australia medals at this week's Queen's Birthday Honours List. Congratulations and thanks to the Sterling Street Arts Centre for hosting a very fine WA Day event. It was really well done. And today I received a visit from the fairly new US Consular General to WA, Mrs Rachel Cook. I think Rachel was more interested in visiting Taffy's than meeting with me, but that's okay. She's a lovely lady and very keen to do some business with Bunbury in the southwest and as well as the rest of WA. We have Councillors Giles, McGuinness and McCleary all on leave. Any declarations of interest for tonight, councillors? We have no questions. Confirmation of the previous minutes. Someone prepared to move. Thank you, Councillor Cook. Second, Councillor Hayward. All in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Are there any petitions? We have no request for presentation or deputations. Councillors, we have 3 items tonight, so I'm just going to deal with each of those as we go through. 10.2.1 requires an absolute majority. Some are prepared to move that executive recommendation. Councillor Steck.
Can I just ask the question first?
Yep.
It's just that in the report, and I admit it, sorry for not asking last week, but one of the debt recovery for write-offs is from 2014. Why did it only just become part of 10.2.1 in 2016-17 now?
Which one is that, Councillor Steck, specifically?
The number is 30321, and it's only a matter of human resources which could have been taken from the particular person at the time of leaving council.
Do you want to respond to that, Mr CEO, or do you want to...
Through you, Mr Mayor, I might defer to the manager if he's able to provide any further information on that.
Mr Ranson, are you able to answer that question?
I don't have any more details on that, Mr Mayor.
Okay.
It could have been that it all depends on when employment ceased as to that we had trouble.
Okay, would you get the information to Councillor Steck? Thank you.
Correct.
Someone prepared to move the executive recommendation. Councillor Jones, seconder.
Yes.
Councillor Steck, all in favour? It's carried by an absolute majority. Carried unanimously. 10.2.2.
Sorry, sir, may I just ask a question on this item also?
Councillor Steck.
It's just that I know that when fines are unpaid, we refer them to the state FER,
Yep.
which is the debt collections. I note that we will be doing that again. Does that cost us any money, sir?
Do you know the answer to that question, Mr CEO?
Through you, Mr Mayor, my understanding is there is a registration cost. Those fines stay registered with FER, even though council has been asked to write this amount off in terms of our financial position. But there is a cost for registering against any debt against fines enforcement registry.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, sir, can I just add one further question?
Mm-hmm.
In relation to the write-offs being 72,000 both for parking and the Dog Act, and it will be referred to Fines Enforcement Registry, will council be notifying each of these persons that if they are driving whilst the small fines for parking or Dog Act fines, if they are caught driving, they will be fined for driving without a licence?
I'm not aware of I don't know if anybody in the room can answer that question. No? No. No, we can't answer that for you, Councillor Steck. Someone prepared to move the executive recommendation. Councillor Jones, second up. Councillor Hayward, all in favour? Against? 1 against. That's carried by an absolute majority. 10.2.3. Someone prepared to move that. Councillor Jones, second up. Councillor Kelly. Any debate?
Sorry, sir. I hate to be the person who's asking the questions all the time this evening, but I do have a question in relation to the workshop reviews, and I note there is one for councillors. So my question is, who are the stakeholder focus groups? Because it is noted in 3.7 that they will be targeted by council, but it doesn't say exactly who. Further, it says that there'll be focus groups hosted in several locations around throughout Bunbury, and again, it doesn't say when, and it doesn't say where, and who those focus groups will be. So, I guess for me to be able to accept this, I want to know the answers to those questions, sir.
Are you able to respond to that?
Yes, through you, Mr
Series
Mayor,
of
our
questions.
intention is to provide a workshop for elected members about the detail. The document actually shows a number of areas where elected members will be involved. The history behind strategic community plans is that it should be driven by the community and from the community for council's then consideration of adopting it. There are a number of workshops with stakeholders. The document, the attachment actually shows a number of those key stakeholder groups, but we're happy to provide more detail in a workshop with elected members on a Tuesday afternoon over the next few weeks, Mr Mayor.
Thank you very much. Someone prepared to move? Councillor Jones? Yep, we've already done that. Sorry, James Kelly, thank you. Anyone want to debate against this? I'll put it all in favour. Those against? One, that's carried. Thank you. So, Councillor Steele moves 11.1. Is there a seconder? Councillor
Yes, sir.
Steck. All in favour? Those against? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Thank you everybody for attending. Can councillors, officers and members of the public, I declare the meeting closed at 5:37.
That's a new record. No, that's right. You don't actually need leave of absence for briefing sessions.
I won't be in town, so it'd be nice to know that.
Oh, at the, just so you know, the tavern licence, because you always go to meetings with me, the tavern licence out at Eaton Fair, at the shopping centre, got approved.
Your tavern, when are you building that?
I've got to have a meeting with the